Now from WCAX, it's Catamount Corner, home of the Catamounts. An inside look presented by Sticks and Stuff. Welcome to Catamount Corner.
We did it once, didn't get to the College Cup. Been almost there in the second year, still didn't get there. But the third time is a charm, right? But the third time is a charm, right?
Welcome into the December edition of Catamount Corner. We've got a great show for you, but there's absolutely zero doubt where we are starting tonight. UVM men's soccer, NCAA Division I national champions. Michael Dugan has been on the road with the team, and he joins us now to recap the Cats' magical ride.
It was 4 weeks worth of making history for UVM, a 6-game stretch that the Catamounts and Catamount country will want to relive for the rest of time. So let's go ahead and do just that. The first chapter of this 6-stage story begins in the familiar confines of Virtue Field, the final home game for the Catamounts in 2024, and a proper send-off. What was a 1-0 lead at half quickly became an avalanche of scoring in the second as 2 Yaniv Bazzini strikes in the first 9 minutes of the frame officially kicked off his dominant tournament run and flashed what this group of Cats was about to accomplish. From there, they'd log the travel miles, beginning with a short road trip to Long Island and a 2-1 victory over 7-seed Hofstra, thanks to David Ismail's Goal of the Year candidate and a late Hofstra equalizer called back for offside. Vermont survives and advances into the third round in a trip from the East Coast to the West Coast. Sunny San Diego was the site for Game 3 with fewer fireworks than the first 2. Nicholas Hersig and his 7 saves kept a clean sheet into overtime, where it only took 30 seconds for the Cats to draw a penalty kick, and Big Game Bazzini steps up and converts it. A second quarterfinal trip in the last 3 seasons on tap as Vermont trades in sandals and shorts in San Diego for parkas in Pittsburgh. The 2-seeded Panthers and the Cardiac Cats then battled for a trip to the College Cup. Pitt playing for its 3rd trip in 5 years, Vermont for its first ever. A scoreless first half turned into a Vermont advantage just 5 minutes into the second as Maximilian Kissel turns a takeaway into a tally and Vermont grabs a lead that they would double in the closing minute. Bazzini, with his 5th tournament goal in 4 games, slams the door, sending Vermont to its first ever College Cup. Which, of course, brings us to the final 2 chapters. The Cary Cats, with the backing of Catamount Country, downing Denver in penalty kicks in Friday's semifinal, not ready to see this magical run come to a close. And as Rob Dow said after Friday, it might be magical, but don't call them Cinderella.
I think everyone's looking at Vermont right now and saying these underdogs, watch out for Vermont. But, let's shorten that up and just call us dogs.
Those dogs entered the building on Monday to a line of UVM fans cheering them on, and in the final page of their 2024 storybook, they got the ending they wanted and did it the only way they know how, fighting through the end. A 1-0 deficit was enough to put them down, but not enough to keep them out. Marcel Papp equalizes with under 10 minutes to go and force an extra session, and in that overtime, the biggest goal in the history of the program. Maximilian Kissel calls game and brings Vermont its first ever men's soccer national championship trophy.
You have to keep going, just don't stick to the past, move on forward, and that's how you keep the positive mindset.
It's really special, unlike anywhere else in the country, I would say, to have all those people travel 14 hours by car, by plane, by train, however they could get here, they came to support us and our team. It just means so much more to our state. To be able to be in a position like this and win the national championship for sure. It's really special.
The saddest thing is when we come down from this, our seniors are going to move on. But again, they're a national champion at the University of Vermont. And no one's going to take that away from them.
I can't believe this team. I've just been unbelievably fun to follow them. It was unreal. Like, I knew that it was sudden death. I was waiting. I was right down there, could see he was on our side of the field in the corner. Comes across, goalie scrambling on the ground. I knew he had it. Chills, literal chills.
An unbelievable ride this season that began with a loss at Western Michigan and ended with 2 come-from-behind victories on the biggest stage in the sport. You better make room in that trophy case in Burlington, because there's another one coming home. In Cary, North Carolina, wrapping up an incredible 2024 season for the national champions. I'm Michael Dugan, Channel 3 Sports.